Hi, and welcome to the Joyflu Cast, where I, your host, Andrea Martell, joy scientist, interviews cool people, in my opinion, about joy. As a joy scientist, I combine academic science and my own experiments on how to create and spread joy. Joyflu. I'm the founder and creator of the Waking Women's Collective and Synergise training. I'm a professional trainer, facilitator, and transformational coach, specialising in joy, leadership, and communication. I work with people who desire a richer and more fulfilling life. To learn about Joyflu and my Joy Embodiment program, check out andreamartell.com. Thanks for listening. Well, welcome, Dominique.
Thank you
so much. So this is the very first Joyflu Cast interview that we are conducting here. And I'm absolutely delighted that Dominique has volunteered herself as the first victim.
Oh, so much fun.
Yes.
It's a pleasure.
Absolutely. So Dominique is an intuitive energy healer and transformational coach. She's the founder and creator of Choose the Love Tribe and Intuitive Healing. So Dominique Gray is an internationally recognised transformational coach specialising in inner child healing, reconnecting clients back to nature and their inner warrior strength, which I love. So Dominique's gold standard program is Flow from Within. And on a side note, she loves dancing, and one of her favourite things to do is to float in the ocean and reconnecting to the inner child, which is beautiful, beautiful. So just a little bit of a disclosure for our listeners. So I actually personally know Dominique exceptionally well. We're very good friends. We've done a lot of our trainings together and formed quite a strong friendship over that duration. And so I guess I'm personally quite lucky to say and be able to give a personal testimony to Dominique's skill set and also just her beautiful, warm-hearted personality. And she's just so delightful, and I'm just thrilled and so excited that she's here to be able to share some of her experiences around joy today for us. So thank you for joining us.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
That's all right. So, first question.
Let the fun begin.
It does. So tell me, where is joy for you right now?
As in what part of my life, or?
Yeah. Like is it something that's right there that you're tapping into, or is it something, like, is there a bit of a distance between you and joy right now?
Yeah.
And look, this is just right in this moment. So of course it could be different 5 minutes down the track, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny because speaking to a friend yesterday, he's like, so what have you been doing for fun lately? And I was like, fun? What's fun? Oh. And then ever since he said that to me, I'm like, right, that's it. I need to have fun. Like, not need to have fun, but I'm like, let's create some laughter. And yeah, so for me now it's very present, and acknowledging full well that I was just on the mission and I forgot to have fun and bring out my inner child, so she'll be present again.
That's beautiful. And I can definitely attest to that. Sometimes the mission sort of becomes so big and so drawing that fun and rest and relaxation, where'd that go?
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And we can have fun on the mission too, right? Like,
Oh, totally. I
yeah.
think that's half the battle, is that the mission is actually quite fun and joyful. So
Yeah.
I don't need relationships. I don't need exercise. I don't need all those other things until I do.
Yeah, yeah. So true.
Like, oh yeah, that's right. There's a whole world out there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yes, so many yeses.
Beautiful. So what creates and what brings joy for you?
What creates and what brings joy for me? Laughter. Yeah. Laughter and dance. For me, when I'm dancing, it's like I tap into that little girl that is within myself, and she's just like, la, let's go have fun. So dancing and singing for me, definitely. And painting, anything that's creative.
Yeah.
That's something that creates flow. Yeah,
Mm.
that's yeah, the joy.
Yeah, beautiful. I love that. Excellent. So what's been your biggest influence on joy for you in this lifetime?
Children.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, yes. I've had the joy of working with children. And my last experience working with them, um, yeah, just they're so cheeky and they're so playful, and they could have Vegemite all over their mouths and still be playing in the sandpit, and none of their friends are judging them. Like, they just know how to have fun and show their emotions really easily without holding back anything. So
No filter.
no filter. I think we can learn a lot from children when it comes to joy. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful. I love that. I really do. I really do. And so as a intuitive energy healer and a transformational coach, what have you witnessed in the impacts of your work in relation to joy for people?
Yeah, it's kind of like a reflection of myself, how I was yesterday, of not having fun evident in my world. A lot of us adults are actually missing the joy and missing the fun, and it's almost like we can have that self-awareness around how important it is, and then we can just go back to adulting, or whatever it's called, the responsibility of this life, or our business or relationships or whatever seriousness is around us. So yeah, a lot of people just forget that half the things they used to love doing when they were a kid, and when I start to ask people and connect them back with that inner boy or inner girl, and they're like, oh yeah, I used to love hanging off the clothesline, or
Let's go do that now.
Yes. Oh yes, I think a few clotheslines have been broken because we were all a little bit more heavier than we were when we were like 8, but yeah, it'd still be fun.
Oh, that's so good. That's really cool. All right. So, side note, in just a few short words, I'm going to run through a few handful of emotions, and I want you to just go with whatever comes to mind about what makes you feel that particular emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, what is something that makes you feel angry?
So funny. First words, my father.
Oh.
Sorry, Dad. Oh, no wonder why I do inner child healing. That's so funny.
It all links up.
It does, and it's like we never actually arrive anywhere. As a personal development person and a coach, and whatever else we want to label ourselves as, it's like the work never stops, you know. So yeah, my father. Thanks, Dad.
Beautiful. So what is something that makes you feel sadness?
When there's no compassion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something to do with animals. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. What is something that makes you feel fear?
Probably stepping full out in my business. Yeah.
Yeah. I can relate to that.
That's why we're going to have fun, because yeah.
Beautiful. And what is something that would make you feel guilt or shame?
Wow. My sexuality, and really just stepping into that beautiful, sexy woman, which is something I've been working through. And I love it, because when us women are actually sexual beings, in not in like a, you know, a demeaning way, more in a way of like, I love myself, and my body's amazing, and yeah, it's actually a really cool feeling, just to really like look after yourself next level, and honor that sexiness that we have, because it's just beautiful. Like yeah, and it's really fun and playful. So yeah, I'm still working through the guilt and shame around not dimming anyone else's light as I step into that for myself. Yeah,
beautiful. Oh, well done. That's awesome. Okay, so what would be some strategies that you use for conquering what I call joylessness?
Oh, strategies. Oh my gosh, it's almost like we have to protect ourselves from ourselves some of the time. As adults, like, yeah, it's almost like we need stick-it notes. So a strategy is definitely the first thing, self-awareness, and then from the self-awareness, have some, you know, specific things that are protecting you from you, essentially, like the adult being that doesn't want to tap into that playfulness for whatever reason. So I'm visualizing having stick-it notes, which is what I have at home. You know, stick-it notes around the house. It's like, what have you done today that has brought you joy? And just a reminder, you know, And I think also having it set into, like, if we really want to get strategic, it's like implement it into your day. So the first thing you do when you wake up is, for myself, to keep that joy flowing, is dancing. Turn on some music and move. And it might just be in my headphones and I'm just moving my body, but it sets me up for the rest of the day. And laughter. So strategy would be just to watch something funny, but it has to be that self-awareness first, I feel. Because without that, you're kind of just going to be going, and like there's very much tunnel vision, and I'm focused on my list and I need to get it done, and it's just like, hang on, when was the last time you laughed again? Like, yeah,
beautiful. I love that. And just to have visual reminders around us to sort of just click in that awareness and asking ourselves those questions.
Having strategy around that is important. And it might even be having like what brings joy to you, and then putting that in almost like a self-love list, you know, like a nurturing list. Have that and some activities, and maybe have it ticked off. So I'm just like, I'm getting ideas for myself right now. So that's great.
Good work. I just had good chat come in. Thank you.
I love that. It's fun.
Okay. So if you could wave a magic wand at a global level, what would be the thing you would change in our world?
Yeah, the first thing that came to mind was, more trees. But then I think the thing that would be a little bit more important would be the self-awareness around the human beings, knowing and understanding why we need more trees. So yeah, maybe tapping a magic wand over every single person and just to be like, guys, without the trees, we don't live. So yeah, I guess that's something that just the first thing that kind of came to mind, I guess. Yeah,
beautiful. And now the reality question. So given that we don't have a magic wand in our hand right now, what would be some possible solutions for this right now?
Yeah, I'll just gift everyone a tree. I actually already do that, like for birthdays and stuff. I give like little cactuses, but yeah, I think we need to plant more trees. So, well, even maybe it's something right now, connect, and it's something that I already do, but maybe on a deeper, wider level of actually connecting people back with the trees. As in with private sessions, one-on-ones, all that sort of stuff, or group settings, just remind people that, about the trees and how important they are, and like that they have a consciousness as well, and to acknowledge that, to acknowledge how important their breath is for our lungs. Yeah.
kind of critical.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. That's awesome. So this is a question that you may have heard from me in the past, and so you know what's coming.
Yes.
So how far through are you in regards to what you're here to do in this lifetime?
Wow. Yeah. How far through am I? Man, I feel like I'm only just getting started. In saying that, though, there's been so much that I have been able to help people with, like guide them through depression and all that sort of stuff. So if I had, it's coming through as like 23%, 33%. Like,
Great.
yeah. So it's like, I'm getting there, but also, yeah, it's like acknowledging what I have done and then acknowledging what's left to open up as well. So good question.
I know, right?
Gets the brain going. It's like, oh, how far am I? What am I here to do? Like, yeah.
And so given that there's a percentage there that's still to go, what's left in that mission? Like, what are some of the things that Dominique has to accomplish this lifetime?
Wow, I love these questions. There's a few things. It's something about like combating depression and guiding the teenagers, like the leaders coming through, and helping the ones, not helping, but just acknowledging them. And like, it's kind of like us as teenagers. We are the ones that, do the weird stuff, and we love it. And I just want to let the teenagers know that they're supported on their journey. So that's a massive thing for me, to be able to support them and guide them and reconnect them back in nature. Start surfing or whatever it is, to allow them to see who they are in the world, but then also know that their wild, crazy dream, their innovation, they can bring it to life, and they don't have to go to like university or a job, or, because I have a lot of the teens ask me, how can I do what you do? And I'm like, man, really? Let's go. Like, come on, because you'll do it so different to me. And I'm so excited to see like what you bring into the world. And very passionate about helping the teens and the younger ones, because they are wild and they are ready to take on the things that we haven't been able to accomplish. So yeah, they're strong, and they're very much like CEOs, especially the 3-year-olds. They are. like, oh, it's incredible to watch. And it's like, you just see the future generations and they're like, I will not stand for that.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Yeah.
So yeah, but they're going to need some leaders to support them. So I'm stepping into that step by step, and just opening the space and the conversations and doing all the things that we wish that like we got taught when we were in high school to allow things to be different now, right?
Yeah, beautiful. Very well said.
Thank you.
So if you could inspire others, so those that are listening to this, to be or action something, what would that be and why?
It's so simple. It's like, just be ourselves, like be yourself, and whatever that looks like in each moment is going to be different. And it's honestly the best gift that you can give someone. I remember a beautiful person saying to me, thank you for the gift of you. And the gift that we are in this world is like no other gift, and it's important for us to acknowledge that and to really honor who we are in this world. And just really explore yourself and what you're here to do, but then also have fun on the journey. Like, we don't always need to be on the mission. Like, go and just, I don't know, you remember when we were kids, like I used to do this thing where we were spinning around in circles and or rolling down a hill. It's like yes, go on your mission, and then go roll down the hill. So be yourself, run around in circles, and then come back to being yourself. Bit of both.
Mission, roll down the hill. Mission, roll down the hill.
Yeah,
I love that, and that's something I can definitely take a leaf out of.
Me too. I was just visualizing there's this hill at Mount Tambourine and it's like really long, and I'm like, yes, let's go do that.
Fabulous.
And then I think also it's about like not worrying about what everyone else watching you rolling down the hill is thinking, because you're going to look crazy as anything, but you know what? You're going to be having the best time of your life as well.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, no. And soon they'll join you, or they'll like do whatever they need to do. But I think that's a massive lesson that I want to pass on to the teens. It's like, do that crazy thing. Everyone's going to have their opinion. Do it anyway. Mm-hmm. So,
I love it.
Yeah, we got to, otherwise it's just, there's no joy. We end up doing things that we don't want to do, just to follow the crowd. And it's something that I've been working through massively. So there's a purpose when we work through things and come out the other side, and then we can acknowledge the other people that could learn from us as well. So it's cool.
I love that. So tell me, what aspect of yourself do you enjoy the most?
Wow. What aspect of myself do I enjoy the most? I think my cheekiness. I didn't realize how cheeky I am until, allowing that little girl to come out and play, and just to really play. So I think that, and also what came through was my beauty, because it's something that, like, it sounds weird, but I've had to work through and like actually acknowledge myself in the mirror and really learn to love me and acknowledge that I am a beautiful woman, and like it's okay to feel that way, because it's awesome. Like, beauty is absolutely amazing. So so my beauty and my childlike ways of just I mean, in the worst situation I can crack a joke or something ridiculous and have everyone laughing, and then it's like, oh, I do that really well, and that was fun, we just broke through all the seriousness. And
beautiful. I agree. I enjoy your cheekiness.
It's fun. It's like, yeah, but there is a time and a place, so I have to learn to maybe, yeah, that's okay though.
Totally okay. So that's a good lead in. So what would be an aspect of yourself that you don't enjoy as much?
Yeah. Oh, probably on the flip side of that, my seriousness, because I am on the cusp of Libra and Scorpio. So I tend to, have that balance from the Libran and love the wind and the air. And then I also have the bite of the Scorpion. So if I can just go the depths of the depths and then find it hard to forgive because I'll just remember what that person did. And yeah, so it's like, as much as I can be playful and beautiful and loving, but I enjoy that part of me too. So
good answer.
Yeah, and I think because I've just accepted and acknowledged that we all have that within ourselves, and it's important to have boundaries and to not so much protect ourselves, but just be mindful of, like, yeah, I think you can relate. We see the best in people, and then sometimes that can come back and bite us on the butt. And then, yeah, that Scorpio sting will come out and be like, no, you don't get to do that. So yeah, I like that part of me too. So
no, beautiful. And I love the polarity of what the aspect that you enjoy and the one that you don't. Fun and serious.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
There's a message in that, I'm sure.
yes, there is. Wow. Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool.
Oh, beautiful. What would you consider your biggest edge? So the thing that you sort of do that's uncomfortable, that you just continually show up and push through?
My vulnerability and my learning to love myself and learning to, especially through the dance and moving my body and just feeling into that beautiful, sexy woman. It's beautiful, and that's my edge. That's been something for me to really work through. And it stems back from when I was a child wanting to be a ballerina, and so that dance and flow, but then also being told that, like, that's not what I'll do and whatever else, and it's like, no, I'll do it my own way. So my edge has been definitely, I guess that's one aspect of just that movement and flow and just being comfortable in my own body and who I am. And but then on the bigger side, it's like really not giving a shit what it looks like for other people, or what they think of me, or that's been something. I think we all work through that, and it's a continuum, and because we do care what other people think. Like, if we didn't, then we probably wouldn't be a human being. So but it's learning to be, for me, it's learning to love me and learning to embrace all of me. And it's been a great journey too, and it's a forever one, right? So yeah,
damn it.
yeah, I know, that's why we've got to have fun. And so that beautiful Scorpion woman that loves to go deep needs to learn to have fun. So that self-awareness is so important, and being surrounded by people that can pull us out when we need to be pulled out if we can't recognize it ourselves. So
beautiful. So what are you most grateful for?
I'm most grateful for the sun and my life and the breath and nature. The simple things, but without them, like, I wouldn't feel the warmth and be able to, like, sit outside and be in the sun with the tea, or it just brings so much joy, having the sun. It's really healing and beautiful, like, warmth, and
beautiful. So I'm a big fan of the quote, "My life is my message" by Gandhi.
I like that.
So what would you say is the message of your life?
Mm. Ah, wow. What would I say the message of my life? Wow, that's a big one, Andrea.
Yeah, sorry.
She's like, boom, drops the bomb. Oh, wow. It's almost like I want to say, it's like, and it's something that I'm working through as well. Something to do with like just doing every single thing that you want to do while you're alive. Like, yeah, and it's something that I've been working through because having near-death experiences, it's like there's this no fear around dying for me. But then also tapping into like, let's do everything that is humanly possible while I'm in this vessel. And yeah, just finding that strength from within to really honor that and have the courage, but then also just, live your life and do the normal human being things as well, right? Like a bit of both. It's like, go on that amazing road trip and have so much fun, and then come back to work on, whatever day and do your job and like earn some money and like a bit of both. So I guess it's about turning over every single rock that you have while you're here on this earth. Yeah. I dropped in on that when there was a massive shift in my life, and I was like, right, let's do this. So yeah, it's a great feeling to have, because otherwise we just do life and we don't actually remember. It's like, oh, there's a book that I want to write, or there's a dance that I want to share, or there's something that my voice needs to speak, and we can just come into the mundane things of life and forget that. But also staying humble. Yeah, it's important. Yeah. That was a really good question, Andrea. Holy mackerel. I like this.
You are the test dummy for this, so
yes. Oh, I'm so excited to
that's a deep one.
Yeah, you're good at this. Like really good at the questions. Yeah. You got my brain thinking now. I'm like, oh, yeah, thank you.
Well, that's actually the last formal question. It's a good one to finish on.
Yes.
So I guess I would just ask, is there anything else that you feel to share right now?
I think the biggest thing, and it's something that's been a lesson for myself, is being kind to ourselves. Is our relationship with ourselves set the standard for every single other relationship. So if we can find ways to really connect with ourselves and take that time to go into ourselves and learn what our heart and our soul is like trying to get through to us, either through meditation or journaling or singing or dancing or painting, whatever it is for each other. I think it's like we all look outside of ourselves, and I've been a person to do this massively for the answers, and nobody else has the answers. You have the answers within you. Like I have my own answers, and something massive that's coming up is like about boundaries and saying no and saying yes, and speaking openly. So working through like whatever blocks that are happening through the body and through the throat to be able to speak our truth, and acknowledge that whatever is received after we've spoken our truth is totally fine. Like allow it to be, let it go, and trust and surrender has been, oh my gosh, yeah, whenever you're in like a funk or something like that that's coming up, it's like do what you need to do to get through it, but then also acknowledge if you like sit by a tree, read a book, have a tea. It's like things are so much more simpler than we acknowledge. Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah.
beautiful. Wow. Thank you. That's just
Oh.
magnificent.
That was fun. Thank you so much.
So just thank you, Dominique. I just really want to acknowledge you for your wisdom, your time, your sharing and opening up in this beautiful conversation. And I guess for anyone who's listening who is feeling the need to connect with Dominique or maybe check out her work, where would be the best place for them to sort of find you and connect with you?
Yeah, I love this question. Thank you, because I have been in hiding and I've done it amazingly. And everything that I shared on this webinar is things that I've been working through personally, right? So especially when it comes to business. So the best way to reach me right now is just through my Facebook. So Dominique Gray, that's the easiest avenue to, you know, connect with me through Messenger. We can organize a time to chat. And yeah, or Choose Love Tribe, one of the two Facebook pages. I've actually been working on the website for Choose Love Tribe. So yeah, sometimes we got to come out of hiding. There's many teenagers that need to connect, and you know, people that the medicine of everything that I shared on this call, it's like the medicine that I have within myself needs to be heard, and it can't be found if it's in hiding. So I love these real conversations, and just the ruthlessness of being ourselves and where we're at currently, because it's funny, in the future we'll look back and just be like, oh right, I was hiding at one point, wow, what was I thinking?
Yeah, what was that about?
It's like, oh, okay, got it, good. So yeah, that's the easiest way. Yeah.
Beautiful. So thank you so much. Now, in conclusion, how I intend on finishing up these calls is I've already requested from Domi what her song that gives her joy is. So I'm going to attempt to play it, and like I don't know if it's going to pick up in the recording or not. Otherwise, I'll play with some editing when I get to that stage. So I'll hit play and we'll see how it goes. Can you hear that? You've been listening to the Joyflu Cast with host Andrea Martell, Joy Scientist. For more details on this cast and others, check out andreamartell.com. Thanks heaps for listening, and with heart and soul, Andrea Martell, Joy Scientist.